Dino, how were the founders at the Most Fundable Companies event?
They were very impressive founders at the events. You want to check it out? Here's one of my interviews.
And I think a lot of the challenge is just kind of getting through all of that noise, rewriting your own narrative about like what it means to be an academic spinout or a female founder or a first-time founder. You kind of have to reframe your own thinking around these types of things. So I'm Nicole Paulk. I'm the founder and CEO of Siren Biotechnology, and before this I was a professor of biochemistry and biophysics at UCSF. Siren was really spun out of work in my lab where we were really motivated to try to use viruses actually in a medical setting.
What's a piece of advice you could give entrepreneurs out there? You went through some serious, like you laid out the challenges, right? And you're successful, so.
Almost always at every one of your fundraising rounds, you're gonna first set up and then bring on additional board members. And we were so unbelievably lucky because they despise boards. If you're lucky enough to raise money from a firm that's really founder friendly, ask them, would you be willing to not set up a board? Don't pre-formalize everything with governance that you don't, like you're not a big company yet, you're two people or something.
Right.
You know, like, do you really need this to be so formal? See if they bite, because man, if they say yes, you've just saved yourself so much time and you can get more formal and get governance and all the things when you're a bigger kid company and you're ready for it. But if you can manage to swing not having a board when you're a really teeny tiny company, huge time savings.
You know, how has your vision changed? Any advice you have for entrepreneurs?
It's like get comfortable with change and figure out how you can leverage the really dynamic moment that we're in right now. They're actually out having things like CEO listening sessions with companies. They want to hear, what could we do differently that would help you bring medicines to patients faster?
Would you think advice for another entrepreneur, stick to your guns and try to take it all the way through the end?
This is where the risk comes from drinking your own Kool-Aid and like keep going. It's like, no, sometimes you do have a bad idea. It's knowing when to listen to your gut and to tell the VCs and the outsiders and the journalists and whoever, like, no, you're wrong, I'm right. I think one of the hardest parts of entrepreneurship is figuring out when to just keep trudging forward when everyone doesn't believe versus like having the self-realization to be like, man, we should pivot, this isn't working. Right. And so like that's a delicate dance, and I don't know that there is any advice on when to listen to yourself and when to tell everyone else to be quiet. You have to kind of figure that out. Yeah. That's the journey. You have to figure that out.
Always be aware that you
could be aware. We'll always never have enough information. Like the scientist in you is like, oh, I want to run 5 experiments and know definitively the answer. You will never know the answer. You just have to decide, like, are we doing this? Are we taking this deal? Or are we not? Are we using this investor or not? Are we going to run the clinical trial this way or not? You'll never have the answer. Right. So you have to just decide and just own it and
conviction.
And just have conviction and just